So, um, welcome to your favorite movie review channel. I hope. It's me, your lovely host of Man Cinema Reviews. What's up, yo? Well, today we're going to be tackling the latest from director Ari Aster, Beau Is Afraid. But before we get to all that, let's just usually do what we do about this time, and that is to press like, please subscribe, and if you feel the need to hit the notification bell to notify you of whatever I do on this channel, by all means, please do. Thank you for choosing Man Cinema Reviews. It's my pleasure. Okay, so this is from Ari Aster, the director of Hereditary and Midsommar. From his darkest fears comes the greatest adventure. Everything's so hush-hush about this project. Look, it's the third feature film from Ari Aster. It's about a man named Beau. After the sudden death of his mother, he must go on this strange odyssey back home. And that's pretty much the through line of the plot. That's all I'm going to give you. That's all I'm prepared to discuss. However, I want to just be cryptic. I'll be ginger, be delicate with not giving too much of the plot away. But just know that this has to do with childhood trauma, perhaps. Not getting enough hugs or saying I love you in the household. Perhaps this is coming from Ari Aster's diabolical mind. Okay, so Hereditary, just a callback to The Exorcist. Midsommar, it's a film that's in complete daylight, and it is just profoundly, horrendously scary. And like I said, Beau Is Afraid is his third feature film. Now we're dealing with a lot to unpack here, but it comes from the ilk of films like Spike Jonze, Michel Gondry, Charlie Kaufman. This is from the minds of Adaptation, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Being John Malkovich even. So those films were very profound and abstract and surreal. This comes to no surprise that that is what you expect from Ari Aster's Beau Is Afraid. Now, Joaquin Phoenix stars in this film. We also have Nathan Lane, Amy Ryan, Parker Posey, and a slew of other character actors that come in and out of Beau's life. This is an odyssey about a man who struggles with anxiety, seeks mental health, and goes to a therapist. The therapist knows that when you bring up his mother, it's kind of difficult for him to talk about. There are issues there that are deep and profound, but this particular weekend he is going to visit his mother. Now, Joaquin Phoenix at this point in time is no stranger to the abstract, to the surreal, broad, indie art house fare. And this is what Ari Aster is great at. And Beau Is Afraid is his most brazen, bold, and ambitious feature thus far in his career. And again, folks, he's only made 3 movies. Beau Is Afraid is a deeply dark satire, comedy / horror film. And the horror elements are there, but it is seeped with trauma and emotional and physical abuse, perhaps, or maybe not. There's a plethora of things that just spill out to its audience, and it's up to your interpretation. I will let you know that this has a running time of 2 hours and 59 minutes. It's shy of 3 hours, and I will tell you that it will test you as a moviegoer. So put on your thinking caps, be very diligent, Be persistent, be aware that what you're seeing here is not a traditional narrative. You're going on a wild ride. And Ari Aster will give you just things thrown out there, everything but the kitchen sink and some, hoping that things will stick. Beau is a mild-mannered guy who suffers from anxiety, and you feel it throughout its duration of the film. And I don't know how I feel about this movie as I am giving you my review. I'm still processing it. I will let you know that I do admire just the bold, courageous balls on Ari Aster to give its audience this very abstract movie. It will test you, and it will give you different perspectives, and it's up to you what you will take. Take what you will out of the plethora of messages thrown out at you at just rampant, erratic speed. And it's obnoxious, it's rambunctious, it's wild, it's absurd, it's silly, it's gross, it's profound, it's a lot of things. But what Ari Aster does is give you a film that most filmmakers are never gonna make in their lives. Because by doing so, they will ultimately kill their careers in Hollywood. But I don't think Ari Aster is too preoccupied with this. And I will give him his roses. And I hope that Ari Aster continues on this trajectory, because it is a profound movie. It is a character study in the deepest sense, and Joaquin Phoenix plays one of his most courageous and bold roles in his life thus far. Nathan Lane and Amy Ryan actually give you the levity. As wild as this film is, they kind of are the comic relief somewhat. This is two people that Beau will meet in his travels that will help him fix him up after he is going through this traumatic ordeal on his way to his mother's home. Like I said, the mother passes away and now he must attend the funeral, but this is like the Lord of the Rings in a deeply surreal nightmare, and Ari Aster is here to buckle you in and brace yourself. Beau Is Afraid is a lot of things, but what it is not is a terribly made film. This is a gorgeous, obnoxious, brazen, bold film. And Ari Aster just gives you the goods here. He is giving you a lot to work with. And take what you will out of the film, but once the film ends, it's up to your interpretation of how things played out. And if you thought it was pretentious, there are two types of audiences here. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. And you know what? Sometimes I loved it. Sometimes I didn't know what to think about it. But it's very profound, and I had a funny story that happened to me because I waited long after the credits rolled, and me and this dude just got up around the same time, and he turned to me and said, "That movie was fucking weird, right?" And I said, "Directed by Ari Aster, of course it's weird." He said he liked A24, but he didn't know what the film was about. And my message to him was, what I took out of it is, hey, maybe just check in with a loved one, check in with a friend, but especially your parentals, especially your mom. Hey, give her a call, see how she's doing. That's how I felt coming out of Beau Is Afraid. I'm gonna chalk this up as this is one of his boldest films in his career, and I will give this film, I initially was gonna give it a 4-star because I don't think I liked it. I know I didn't like it as much as I liked Hereditary, and I think Midsommar grew with me as a film. I didn't immediately like it, but then once I watched it over and over again, I enjoyed it, and I had this great admiration for it. And it's a great sophomore film. This film felt like a slump, but then now that I think about it, it might be his masterpiece. to save how I feel about this, I think later down the line this year, I will deeply enjoy what was going on in Beau Is Afraid, and to keep it in the conversation, I will give Beau Is Afraid a 4.5 stars. Did I like it? Sometimes. Did I hate it? I don't think so, but I know there are some moments in the film where I just shook my head, thought, what the hell? Did I just watch this now? And when a film is that profound and gives you that emotion, it's gonna stick with you for a long time. Thank you very much for choosing Man Cinema Reviews. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.